and give response to. So my thesis is going to be focused on those two touch points where we're actually working with the users, where we're interacting with them and understanding how they feel about the product or service we're creating for them. So, why does this matter? Who cares? Basically, the idea is to reduce harm, right? So, for example, Facebook until very recently used to send, birthday notifications of people who have already died. So, it would be like, oh, Josh turned whatever 39 today, but Josh died 4 years ago in a car accident. So that creates a very negative branding around Facebook. It creates a negative emotion to Josh's parents, friends. So we want to reduce that. And another example is auto policy calculations showing when you're trying to get a new car or whatnot, when you appraise, get the appraisal, you see all the history of where you had the accident, and it brings you back to this very unpleasant memory when you ruined your car, lost your limb or whatever. So how can we reduce emotional harm? And it could be a financial benefit for the company. If you actually understand what the user wants and needs, and if you cater to that, that increases the bottom line of the company. So that is basically the reason. So I'm actually doing literature review right now. 3 people I'm looking at, not people, but their work I'm looking at is Michael's work. We're all familiar with Daniel Goleman. He has done a lot of work. He actually coined the term emotional intelligence. I am not going to be using this title in the end. I was just talking to my advisor yesterday, and it's not a term I'll be using. But anyway, so he has written a lot on self-regulation, self-awareness, empathy, and motivation. And Lisa Feldman-Barrett she has come up with the theory of constructed emotions, and this is a very new approach on how emotion is constructed. And to put it very simply, and honestly, I haven't read enough papers to actually understand everything she's trying to say. But basically, she's trying to see, the variable she's considering is core affect, the concept of emotion from past experiences of the person, and the external sensory stimuli the person is getting at the moment. So there are multiple variables that actually, these are all the variables that construct an emotion which we refer to as sad or happy. When there's a lot of details behind sad. What does sad mean? And so, so that's some literature we are doing. So cognitive limitation. So basically, again, going back to the same idea. So I'm going to give you an example of a user testing. So for example, you would construct a website, and then you'd be like, okay, you'd sit the user down and be like, okay, I constructed this website. I want you to do this process in this website. Go to this link, make an account, and then after you do that, you're gonna fill out a survey of how you feel. And the how you feel is like, do you feel sad or happy? Or there's just like 4 or 5 emojis that they are gonna click on saying how they feel. But that's very limited. That's the whole point. That does not really contextualize what happiness means. If they put a sad face, that could mean a number of things. That would mean I was bored. That could mean I did not understand. So I felt helpless. That could mean a lot of things, but we're not getting that detail. So that's something I want to work on. So proposed solution, very, very preliminary. So basically, I'm breaking the silos, right? So my program at CMU is, the program basically brings together people who have a business background, engineering background, and design background. And so when I was at CMU, everything that I learned is about how to talk to people who come from different domains, who have their own ideas, and how to integrate those ideas into something fruitful. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to integrate ideas from psychology, theories of psychology and emotion into product development. So that's the idea. So basically, the idea, proposed solution, is to create a tool. It's very preliminary, so I only have like 4 points here. Basically, a tool that understands multiple variables that construct emotion, develop a vocabulary for the designers and the users to sharpen their emotional granularity. Because we don't know how to talk about emotion. We don't use the exact words to express ourselves. We have a very limited vocabulary to express ourselves. So my tool is going to try to give more vocabulary words to the designers and the users. So it's to understand and promote empathy and perspective taking. That's mostly comes from Michael's work. And promote self-awareness and alliance building among the participants. And so that's it. Thank you.
Very colorful presentation. And why is it that everybody on your committee is Jewish?
What do you mean? You're Jewish, but...
They're